Hey crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John and happy Sunday afternoon. I hope that you all have had an amazing weekend, that you've been busy and got things accomplished, or that you've been laying on the couch, binge watching something, and just enjoying having a few days to yourself. Whatever the case may be, let's hope that that's what you achieved this weekend. Um, I don't know. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Our channel continues to grow, and it's been exciting watching things happen. So, hey Russ, welcome in. I appreciate you joining tonight. Vera says, "Woohoo! I'm the first one on." And Patty B says, "Hi, John." So, welcome in, guys. Thanks for being here. I got a lot done this weekend. I have to say, more than I probably anticipated. Um, but at the same time, I spent a lot of time cutting fabric this weekend. It was like I'm trying to get ready for next weekend. So I only have to work, thankfully, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I took vacation for Thursday and Friday. So very, very excited about that. So anxious to have a few days off. So that should be really cool. And then I got really concerned and worried and oh my gosh, am I going to be up at Shady Pines? And I've got the sew along with Russ, which I am so excited about. But then I've got to do the second day and still make sure we have enough to do. And then Monday, I've got the 3 hour stuff. So I ended up spending 2/3 of my day yesterday just cutting fabric. So just wanted to make sure that I'm not going to run short of projects, which it's kind of hard to imagine that I would. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure that I was ready for next weekend and being off for 2 days and then having the holiday. I am so excited. So, woohoo to me. So, let's see who joined. Hey, Mona. Mona did what? Thanks for being on tonight. Thanks for being here. Sally snuck in. Hey, Sally. Sally says, "Hi, John and all. My guy was here for a few days, brought the cooler weather. Man, that makes all the difference. I am so excited to get up to Shady Pines next week and experience a little cooler weather myself. I will say I am the biggest baby when it comes to cold weather. Two things that I can absolutely not stand is cold weather, and I don't want to be wet. I love to swim. I love to be in the ocean, but you're not supposed to be wet for other reasons. So to go out in the rain, especially a cold rain, just is oh my gosh, it's just like killer to me. So, anyways, but I will have to admit, Phoenix has definitely put put the need for me to have warm weather to the test because we absolutely tried to get it as far as we can. It's just amazing. But right now, we're only going to like 108. I think today was only, I don't have my phone with me. I think today was only like 102, 103. So, when you're under 110 in Phoenix this time of year, that's a huge celebration. Hey, Danelle, thanks for being here tonight. You guys, I'm so jealous of your room. It is slowly coming together. I did maybe spend a little money this past week. I decided that I absolutely love my Juki. I am getting very spoiled sewing on my Juki again. I like the speed. I like the quick and easy setup. But I really just don't like piecing and stitching on an elevated surface, if that makes sense. So I did break down because Sewing Machines Plus had a Labor Day sale and had sewing cabinets broken down. So I am in the process of rearranging this entire room yet again and bought a cabinet for my Juki because I have now decided that is going to be my primary machine. It is going to be the machine that I like to piece on in that. And so just a sewing cabinets in my future. I don't know what to say, guys. I can't even try to justify stuff anymore. Katrina's here. Hey, Katrina, welcome in. Thanks for being here tonight. Um, Tina's here. Hey, everyone. Jeannie's here. Hey, Brian, welcome in. Thanks for being with us tonight. BBMK is here tonight. What's up out of Phoenix? She has missed, it seems like, the last few times, but she's here tonight. Joydy's here. I saw Joydy all over the channels this weekend because I was able to make Russ's live the other day. I was able to make Stephanie's. Stephanie had Steven on. So I was able to watch a little bit of their lives. I watched Ian today for a little bit. I don't know. I've had a lot of YouTube time this weekend. So, and Brian, thanks for asking. How's Joydy feeling? She had COVID. So let's see what she has to say. Sally says, I'm looking forward to both sew alongs, waiting for the Tibet pattern to arrive. I will tell you, apparently they are very slow in getting those shipped out. I did buy a new pattern this weekend, so I'll show you all that in just a second. But see, $2 patterns, those don't count when I say I'm not going to spend money. I don't count $2 patterns. I think I cut myself a little slack there. Katrina says, I have the Labor Day project ready to go. Going to start on Rings of Color tomorrow. That sounds exciting. I will have to take a look at that. Patricia said, just created my channel so I could greet you. First time posting, but I have been, let's get the glasses on, sorry. Oh, I've been wore. I am so excited. Thanks, Patricia, for being here. Thanks for creating a channel to get a log on. Thank you for being a subscriber. And any and all new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Like to tell you it gets better than this, but this is kind of me and this is kind of how I do my thing. And it's what it is. Maureen says, hi, John. Happy weekend. It's almost over now. I know I'm a little depressed. I have to go back to work on Monday, but fortunately tomorrow I do get to work from home. So I only really have to drive to the office Tuesday, and then driving to the office Wednesday isn't so bad because when I get off work, hopefully my car will be fully charged and we'll be going up the mountain when she comes. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Patricia says, sorry, my fingers got away from me to say I've been watching your posts for quite a while. Oh, thank you. I understand. Believe me. And that's one of the things I will have to say I'm a YouTube stalker. The problem is over the last year, I've actually put televisions, monitors in both the utility room and what used to be the sewing craft room. And so like this yesterday, I was cutting and doing stuff. And so, but every time I wanted to make a comment, I had to run back to the other room to get on the computer to make a comment because you just can't do it from the TV screen. And so I tend to be on a lot of YouTube channels, but I tend to be more of a stalker just because it makes it difficult. I need to, I guess, carry my laptop more, but I don't. So it is what it is. Plus, I enjoy reading everyone else's comments. Everybody doesn't always need to know what I have to say or think. Joydy says, a little stronger. Thanks for asking. It's been rough, but I'm going in the right direction. That is great, Joydy. I can't imagine. I will say I had my first bout of COVID, 3 years ago? It was right before they had started coming out with the medicines and all that. And I got it like a week before Thanksgiving. I lost all smell, lost all taste. And even a few years later, my smell and taste have never returned to what they were. So it's not a fun thing. Russ says, woohoo, you're up to 991 subscribers. How crazy is that? We could very well, folks, hit 1,000 subscribers over the Labor Day weekend. I never in my life imagined that I would ever have 1,000 subscribers. And if you would go back and watch any of the early videos, you would say, he's right. I can't believe he ever got 10 subscribers. So even though the older videos are out there, I would not advise going back and watching those unless you have a good stiff drink and you're ready for just a good chuckle. Jordy says, I'm looking forward to next weekend. So along. It is just on Monday. Correct. So Russ and I are doing our collab. So we're doing our collaboration, and we're doing that on his channel Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, which means it's 8 a.m. for me. We'll sew for about an hour or so together on the Tibet pattern. Then we'll be back together on my channel a week from tonight, except we're going to go an hour earlier to help accommodate East Coast time a little bit. So next week will be 3 p.m. My time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll finish that project together. I am stitching a Christmas pattern, of course, and it's really a cute Christmas pattern. It's like that 50s, 40s Christmas postcards and that. So I'm really kind of excited about it. It really cut out cute yesterday. I was a little frustrated because it did come with I did buy it as a kit, and it had a lot of collaborating fabrics with it. Yet the big border that goes all around it, they shorted me. They did not give me the big border that I needed to go around the outside. And so, believe it or not, John actually shopped his stash, and I actually had a fabric that I think was in the same family. So it absolutely worked out perfect. So now I am super stoked to get that stitched out and get that going next weekend. And then the sew along for Labor Day is on Labor Day. It will be 8 to 11. I am actually using the Jelly Roll. The Grinch is what I am using to do mine. If you can actually cut 2.5-inch strips if you want to do that. If you haven't bought the pattern, you can buy the pattern from De La Rosa as a digital download, so you would get it instantly. But time is slipping up to get to purchase a jelly roll. If you need to order one, you would need to do it no later than tomorrow and hope it gets there. Or you can cut 2.5-inch strips. I'm too lazy to do that, and I just had too much other stuff going on. So that's why I purposely picked a jelly roll to give folks an option on some stuff. So yes, Joydy, we want you better next Monday, and we want you sewing right along with us. Katrina says it's an old Michael Miller pattern. You'll have to email them to request it. I made one years ago, but gave the quilt to Howard's brother. He wanted Howard's quilt. Joydy, thanks, Charlotte. Maureen, when did you start your channel, John? Oh, so Maureen asked, when did I start my channel? I started my channel June of 2023. So June, August. So my channel is 14 months old. And so I am very, very pleased. I will tell you, I probably had my channel a good 3 months at least, I think, before I actually did my first live. I was a very coward to doing a live. I just couldn't imagine that I could sit and run my mouth this much. But now that you all have got to know me, you know that I can definitely just keep my mouth going. So it is what it is. But I do so enjoy having everyone here. Um, Judy says laughter is the best medicine. It is. Hey, Melissa, welcome in. Thanks for being here tonight. Oh, Sally says she missed the Joydy had COVID. Sorry, hope you're better. She told us that on another channel. I think it had been Russ's channel. We were talking about it. So that's how we happen to know Sally is because we called her, or it may have been Danielle's the other day. Hmm. All right. So I am planning to sew a little bit tonight. I am not going to get probably a lot done. I did. So someone encouraged me the other day, and we won't say anything about how a quilt meets a world, but they encouraged me the other day because Missouri Star Quilt had a back quarter pack on sale for Tula Pink. And I've kind of fallen in love with Tula Pink. And part of that is dealing with Adam Sews because I do enjoy watching Adam Sews. I think he's funny. And of course, I love listening to his accent. and the stuff that he does with the totes and the bags and that he is making are just phenomenal. And he's just such a nice guy. So I've been watching his channel. Of course, he's in love with Tula Pink, which makes it really great. But I've been watching that. And anyway, someone told me that Missouri Star had at least one pattern, one back quarter bundle on sale, and it was almost like 40% off or something. So even with having to pay the $4.55 shipping, it still was a good buy. I ended up getting that, ended up buying another Villa Rosa pattern that, come to find out, was like a Tula Pink design. So I'm really excited to get that done. It's in the other room. I didn't even think to bring it. And then when I was kind of playing around, I happened to see this called Gift Wrap. And I thought, man, what a cute Christmas table runner. And if you know, I've still really kind of shied away from doing flying geese and getting into all the triangles and all that. But I thought this might be a really cool way for me to get some of that done, get better at my cutting skills, and just kind of get all of that going. And this one, actually, for the fabric, you need um, you need 2.5 inch strips, you need a half a yard of background for background and a quarter yard for binding. So this turns out to be 14 inches by 40 inches. So I definitely have it. So interesting enough, the quilt club that I belong to had we always play left, right, center. So I don't know if you all have ever played left, right, center. According to the senior community that I live in, we are not supposed to play for money, even though some of the clubs do. But at the quilt club, they always play it during camp at least twice, and we actually play it for 2.5 inch strips. And so I actually won the last time I went to camp, and it was all Christmas strips. So I actually had enough Christmas strips to get this. I am doing, obviously, I'm doing it in the red and green. I need to find a white background. I think I want to use more of a grunge, white, kind of silvery background. And I I did pull that out and get that started. So I will be using I will get that going hopefully in the next week or so. I don't think I've cut the pieces yet. I just pulled the the jelly strips out, the 2.5 inch strips out. I was looking to see if I actually had them laying in here, but I don't. All right, let me catch up on chat because I do want to sew a little bit today. Uh, Come on, come on, come on. My mouse doesn't want to work now. Hey Russ, can you tell, or one of you guys, can you tell me, I night bought it, Russ's channel, which is exclamation point Russ, and hopefully you all saw that. Danelle can do the same thing with her channel. She just does exclamation point her name. I think I may actually have Nightbot working, which is my hope, my plan. If that's the case, next weekend we may actually try to do a giveaway and see if we can make the giveaway piece work. And I am probably giving away a kit, Christmas kit for hitting 1,000 subscribers. So that's the goal. If I hit 1,000 subscribers, or whenever I hit it, hopefully next weekend, but when I hit it, I will have to, I will definitely be doing a giveaway. Dale says, love watching Adam. He is way above my head with his sewing skills. So I will tell you exactly the same thing, Dale. His bags are just amazing. Russ says, one day I hope to learn bags and be at 100 as talented as he is. And it's just, I mean, when you look at not only the quality of the work and stuff that he does, but then when he uses the Tula Pink fabrics inside, there's just something. I guess I'm a more wild and crazy guy than I think I am. I just love his bags, and I made a comment on his channel about it. And he is such a nice guy. He just wrote back and goes, you know, we all had to start somewhere. If you go out and look at Annie bags, Annie's got a lot of very simple patterns, and you just start with some of the simple ones and just keep working, and you'll get your skills there. And yeah, he's just, it's nice to talk to a nice guy. You know, it's just nice that we can be cordial with each other and not all crazy. Brian says he likes the pattern. I do too. Poor Sally goes, all right, another one for my list. I'm sorry, Sally. You know me. Gotta learn. I need to shop something besides Villa Rosa, but it is what it is. Joy, just in case, it's Adam Sews, and I do have a link to his channel down below. So the channels that I do tend to watch, um, I try to keep listed below. Some I watch more frequently than others. There's others that I watch that I just don't list because they're not like my go-to. Really, the ones that are what I consider my go-to are listed below. Sally says we play left, right, center for fact quarters at retreats. Yeah, see, to me, that makes a lot of sense. And we have played for fact quarters. I think at one point the club got so many 2.5 yard strips, and they actually bring in a bunch of fabric and spend a day with AccuQuilt and cutting out 2.5 yard strips and that. So that's how we get there. Oh, Sally says Elliot's barking. It must be past his dinner time. Yes, Joy, I would agree. Russ is very talented. If you've just seen the quilt that he finished to hang in the quilt shop, it is absolutely amazing, and no wonder they asked him to do that. Hmm. Russ says Nightbot worked. Amen. And Russ is very happy that Nightbot worked because he actually had to get on the phone and help walk me through Nightbot. Katrina says a white on white star or snowflake would look great with that pattern too. I agree. And I am one of those that really enjoys, uh, I won't say colorless, but like a white on white with a white embossed, I think would be really cool. Um, Mona says she likes Adam Sews. Poor Russ says, I have no idea what left, right, center is. So left, right, center is played with 3 dice. You roll the dice. If you roll an L, you pass whatever to the left. You roll right, R, you pass to the right. And if you roll center, you put whatever in the center. So if you roll 2 L's, in a center and you have 3 items, 2 go left and 1 goes in the center, and you're out, at least for that round. But it can just as easily, you can be out a couple of rounds and all of a sudden be right back in and win the game. So it's a fun game. It's not overly complicated, but it is called left, right, center. And I absolutely do enjoy that. It's fun for a while. Mona, have a great night. Thanks for jumping on tonight. Vera says I might be able to make the sew along next weekend. I'm supposed to go to our family camp for the weekend. That sounds exciting. And, purposely, guys, I right now don't have a lot to do on holidays. I'm out in Arizona. I do have friends. I do, different things, but I just felt like it would be nice for us that don't necessarily have big Labor Day plans if we wanted to get together for a few hours, so chat, do whatever. That's why I picked Labor Day to actually do something. If you've got friends, family, picnics, obligations, and that to be at, absolutely be there. It will be recorded. It'll end up being posted, but it's just something for us, for all of us to share and be part of. Uh, Dale says, have you ever watched Dave's Craft Room? The kid is amazing. He cracks me up. He sometimes gets on my nerves, but I do like Dave. And what I absolutely love and am totally jealous of is the TV quilt that he did with all the retro shows and that. And he actually went and bought T-shirts and that to make to put inside the TV screens and that. And he is absolutely amazingly talented. And so, yes, I do watch Dave, and he is hilarious. Russ says he's adorbs, but his lack of structure stresses me. I would agree with that. It seems like I mean, the man is super talented and he is hilarious at times. And I love when he has Mama on his channel. But yeah, he can be all over the place. I can see how that happened. All right, so I am not going to finish this tonight, but I did want to get started. So tonight I am working on a graveyard ghouls treat bag. And so I am working on yet another trick or treat bag for the grandkids, I hope. I had meant to text my daughter today to ask her if the grandkids needed another trick or treat bag, or if they even wanted a trick or treat bag, or if they just wanted to use a plastic pumpkin, whatever. I didn't. I ended up getting this one cut out. So I only have the one to start tonight. I am not going to um, get much done on it because I need to go get, oh, what's that word? The fleece and that to put in between it, the fusible fleece and that, which I have. It's sitting on the shelf, but I don't want to get into all that tonight. But I did get the strips cut, so I thought, well, I can at least get, excuse me, I can at least get a part of it sewn tonight, and it would give me something to work on. Katrina says her son's going to be at work, so she'll be home. See? So it works out perfect. So all of us that are home and don't have big plans, we can be together for a few hours. If you have plans, you can always watch the replay. And, it is what it is. That's why it's meant to be a drop in, do what you want. If you can only be there for a short amount of time or the whole time, it just doesn't matter. We're just going to have fun, folks. And if you did decide to do a jelly roll and you have not been introduced to the fact that when you open that jelly roll, it always has all that loose threads and fabrics in that from the way they cut them with that diamond cutter. If you take a new, nice sticky roller, lint roller, and roll that over that jelly roll a few times, it will pull out so much of that stuff for you, which will make a big, big, big difference in your sewing machine. So you won't be cleaning all down inside the sewing machine like you need to. Hmm. BBMK says that's cute. She knows I like that. Yes, fuzzies. Thank you. See, Sally? Wow, we always need Sally on the channel because she always gets it right for us. All right, so let's see if we can figure this out. This is fabric. This goes D, A. It's one of those that's going to require that I absolutely have to think. To B, C. All right. Back to B. All right. To A. Yeah, and it even helps when they letter off the. Um, so I'm dealing with A, B, C, D, and E fabrics tonight. All right, so let's see if we can get this first one put together, and then I'll show you what these fabrics look like. It is really going to be cute. Of course, I only bought one little kit to do this, but now I have the pattern, and I have plenty of Halloween sitting on the shelf, so I can always go back. If my daughter tells me, yes, they do want them, I'll go back and get some more fabric out for one of the grandkids and decide what that's going to look like. You know what I didn't bring in here, and that's fine, we'll work through it tonight, is I don't have my seam roller. I don't think. Not in here. So we'll just finger press this open. Interesting enough, I did just buy a seam roller to take to Shady Pines this weekend. I just finished working on my Walmart grocery list because I do want to do grilled chicken a couple of days and some of that. I'm trying to eat much healthier, not always easy, but I was very proud of myself this weekend. I did buy fresh strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and actually made a big, huge fruit salad that I have been working on all weekend. So that has been good and healthy for me. So I am trying to eat healthier. Oh, thank you all. It does really mean a lot. I appreciate that you all do enjoy this group. It's nice to see you all hopping around on other channels. And it's kind of funny how we all follow each other now. So that's even better. If you've not subscribed to the Facebook page, Facebook group, I do have a Facebook group. It is currently open. So I just don't have that many members. And I'm sure at some point I will have to make it more moderated because the spammers just love to drive us all nuts. But I did finish another quilt this weekend. I don't even have my phone in here tonight, folks. I did finish another quilt yesterday or Friday night, and I did post pictures of it on Facebook. So I've been trying to be a little bit more active on social media because they claim that's part of what I should be doing. And I will tell you, working full time and doing some of the things I do, I feel like, Lord, I think people are going to OD on John. But maybe not. We'll see. All right. And two more. Look how quick this is coming together, folks. Kind of happy about that. How exciting. Maybe I get this done and it'll look nice. I can send a picture of it over to Adam and he can chuckle and say, yeah, that poor guy's got a long way to go to catch me, but it's fine. So it is just kind of cool. All right, let me get this last one on and then we'll do a little bit more finger pressing and I will catch up on chat. All right, so I'm finger pressing this open. Let's see what we've been chatting about. Oh, Nightbot popped up and reminded everyone to please give a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. I do appreciate that. It does help with the rankings and that on YouTube. Although I have to say YouTube's been pretty good to me so far, but we want to continue that good relationship, right? Um, Bill says that's the truth. We are family and we love it. And so guys, don't forget. Oh, by the way, QuiltCon registration is finally open again. So apparently they did fix whatever issues and problems they had. So QuiltCon registration is open. I received a new confirmation. I'm still registered. I am only doing the freebies. I am not taking classes and doing all that because I really just want the time to play at QuiltCon. I will be obviously at QuiltCon because it's in Phoenix. And so I hope to see a lot of you there. I know I'm going to see BBMK and Gary there. But any of you that want to be there, um, that would be really cool. I'd love to be able to meet everyone, have a glass of wine or whatever you choose to partake in. I doubt that I will go to Raleigh in 2026 just because I don't. It's one of those things where I don't think I'd want to go every year, anyways. Although I wouldn't mind going East Coast. I used to fly in and out of Raleigh all the time when I lived in Virginia, and I like the Raleigh area. I like North Carolina just in general. I like that whole part of the country, but I already go back once to Virginia for Easter every year. Then I turn around and go back in June to go to Myrtle Beach to be with my daughter and grandkids again. Next year, I know I'm going to New Orleans for a fun weekend, which is probably going to be a bad weekend, but it'll be a fun weekend. I've got that trip. So I've already got 3 big trips back east, including, fortunately, the trip I've already paid for, which is I'm running the A1A half marathon over Valentine weekend. And so I've got that trip coming up in February as well. So already got those trips coming up, and then to turn around the next year and try to add um, QuiltCon in 26 probably be too much for me. And plus, Sally and I are having dinner, lunch, or something together in January of 26 because I am going to the road to California and I get to meet Sally. So I am not passing that opportunity up. All right, let's see. Oh, Barb, I'm now following you on Facebook. Thanks, Barb. Just another way of trying to talk and keep up during the week if you're all interested. If not, that's great. I am not a huge Facebooker, so believe it or not, I'll put some posts out there. I'll talk purely about quilting, about projects I'm working on in that. You're welcome to share pictures and thoughts in that, but it is truly meant to be just a group for us. That's kind of an extension of the channel. So when we're not on live chatting together, we can still kind of keep up with each other if you want to. BBMK said is a closed group so people can't see the post. I don't get on there much. It is not a closed group at the moment. At the moment, it is an open group. I do need to go in and look at locking it down, but so far it's such a small group, it just hasn't seemed to be a problem. But I will at some point lock it down to where you have to request to join the group, and then we'll go from there. Dale said the same thing. Dale said he just followed too. Thanks, Dale. If you're interested in looking at the Facebook page, the link is down below. And again, it's up to you. It's for me, it's just another way that if I get a project done during the week, I don't have to stop and try to do a quick recording or something. I can just put it on Facebook. So you can go in on Facebook and just go into the chat, type out what you want to say, and then you can actually attach a picture if you want. And any ones that are members of the Guys Craft 2 page would see that. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for being here. I'm following you now too. Awesome. Thank you so much. Raleigh Airport is much better than Charlotte. I will agree. I had to fly through Charlotte to get to Myrtle Beach this year. I've always been, my problem is I'm so old that I loved US Air. I have flown Northwest, I've flown Southwest, I've flown about the only airline that I haven't flown is, I don't think I've ever been on United, but I've been on obviously American, US Air, Southwest, Northwest, Delta. I don't mind Delta, um, JetBlue, Allegiant, TWA, believe it or not. But I'm just not. Of all the airlines, the ones that made me feel valued, the ones that I felt like treated me the best was US Air, and American's just not it. Although I fly American more than anything, just because out of Phoenix, you've got the American hub or you have the Southwest hub. And I just can't get into the cattle call of Southwest. I've tried. I flew them for about 3 years. At one point, I had like 300,000 miles on them, and it's still a cattle call. It's just, and you get on and people are saving seats and they're not supposed to save. I don't know. It's just way too crazy for me. Carol says, I need to get on Facebook. Understand. Yeah, it's just one more way of us being able to keep up with each other and kind of chat back and forth. But again, I understand social media gets to be too much and it gets to be in your business some too. So you do what makes you feel comfortable and what you want to do. Katrina says, Carol says, if I wasn't on Facebook, I wouldn't know what the family is up to. We moved to Florida. They're mostly in Indiana and North Carolina. I so get that. It's so funny. Years ago, I taught middle school, and my middle schoolers thought it was really cool that the teacher was on Facebook. Only reason I was on Facebook was to keep up with my two children because they were crazy enough. They'd post stuff on Facebook. And I'm like, okay, I had no idea they were doing that, nor do I want them doing that. And so I did it out of self-preservation. So it was just crazy. And so I ended up on Facebook for a while with them. And then now it's funny, after my grandkids were born, my daughter would text me pictures to say, hey, posted all these pictures of the grandkids on Facebook, but since you're never on Facebook, I thought I would send them to you and take the extra step, which I think I'm worth the extra step. She always made it seem like a little hassle, but I think I'm worth it. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for being here tonight. Hope you had an amazing weekend. Loved listening and laughing with you and Stephen yesterday. Charlotte says Southwest is changing that. Yes, not any time before they had to. It's just really sad how long it's taken them to get to that. Oh, BBA says, is it a page or a group? It is a Facebook page that is associated with the Guys Craft 2. And I don't blame you. That's what one of the reasons I actually created that by itself is because it is a page unto itself. So I don't deal with family and a bunch of other stuff. I do have a personal Facebook for stuff like that, but again, I don't use it a lot. Barb says you could fly Pterodactyl Airlines, the Flintstones. Oh, that's so funny. My Halloween costume came today, and I am possibly going to be Barney Rubble. So we'll see. So funny you mentioned the Flintstones. Hey, Jen, thanks for being here tonight. Um, yeah, I do not have an Instagram page. Again, I try to limit myself on social media and that. It took me a while to just get comfortable jumping out on YouTube. Katrina says that's oh, no, Maureen says that's the same reason that I'm on Facebook, just trying to keep up with family. Now I just post things that will make you smile. Yeah, I am too. I will tell you, over the last 4, 8, 12 years, I ended up getting really burnt out on Facebook and all the politics and all the craziness that got posted. So it really just turned me off to a lot of the social media. So again, that's why I created the Facebook page specifically for Guys Craft 2, so it's a safe place that we can just talk about quilting and the fun things of life and not all that other craziness. Trina says I should sign up for Instagram. Some of the family hangs out there. I'm just not sure I want another thing. And I absolutely agree. There's too many. I think we get fatigued. Barb says the Flintstones were my favorite cartoon. I think I liked it because they never wore shoes. Girl after my heart. I grew up in Kentucky. We never wore shoes. So we did own shoes though. So that was the difference between us and West Virginia. So sorry if you're from West Virginia. All right, let's finish this first side and I can show you all how cute these fabrics are. All right, now. So look how adorable that tote bag is going to be. Let me get it where you all can see it. I just love these fabrics. So I think that is going to be simply adorable. The problem is if I end up making another one for the other grandchild, now there'll be two different ones, which is a good thing, right? Because then it makes it easier for them to know whose is whose. But Papa John has learned that that could sometimes be a problem as they both want the same one. Not necessarily that they want the same one, they just don't want the other one to have that one. So, fortunately, that would happen in Virginia, and I don't live there, so I won't deal with that. So, I just stick it in a box and say, best wishes. Ah! Oh, it's fun being the grandparent. Let me tell you, if you're not a grandparent yet, it is the most awesome thing in the whole wide world. Yes, my grandchildren are beyond spoiled. I thought I spoiled my kids, but let me tell you, my daughter, Lord, like, girl, I don't even know where you grew up. You all were spoiled, but nothing like she spoils her kids, which is fine because I tell you what, we don't have them very long, so you better enjoy them while you can. Thanks, Brian. I do think the mummies are cute. I just think that whole pattern. And if you all know, right? I love Halloween, but I like the fun Halloween. I'm not into mean, bad Halloween. Um, let's see. Jody says, mine too, Barb. She named her poodle dog Dino as a kid, had a Pebbles doll. All good memories. Yeah, Scooby Doo was my hero. I liked all of Hanna Barbera, right? I liked the Flintstones, but I loved the Jetsons. But I liked um, Speed Buggy. I love Jabber Jabber Jabberjaw. Um, just all of those cartoons, but my favorite was Scooby Doo. Scooby has always been my hero. So much for Spider Man, Batman. It's Scooby. Oh, Stephanie said, went looking for material today. She wants to make the rock candy. That was a cute pattern. Barb says, love those fabrics. Carol says, I'm in the UK and one of my sons is in New Zealand. We WhatsApp a lot and have family groups, so we keep in touch. We'll have to get Facebook just for crafts. Jordy says, cute. Oh my God, the mummies are the cutest, Brian says. So cute, John. Awesome. Send me a picture when you choose. I'd love to see what others pick. Um, cool. Barb says she loves being grandma. I tell you, there's just nothing like it. No, Joy. So this is not a quilt as you go pattern, believe it or not. So after you stitch both panels, then you go back and put the fusible fleece on it. It does have spider webs that go on the inside. And then for the gussets, it actually has this pattern. So I am one of those that I literally follow a pattern step by step by step. I don't try to deviate. I do exactly what the pattern tells me. And then after I get it together, because of my almost 2 years of quilting sewing, I take all of my expertise knowledge and fix their pattern and realize I could have done this, this, and this different. But I am one of those that I have to follow rules. I don't know why, because it seems like I break a lot of them. Or at least they like to think I do. Brian says, I'm Charlie Brown, Halloween all the way. I am too. I actually have, I set our dining table for Halloween with Fiesta ware plates. I use those as my chargers. And I bought the Charlie Brown luncheon plates from Williams Sonoma a few years ago. So that all goes on the dining table along with big stuffed Snoopy dolls in that for Halloween. And then I have the whole um, Bradford Exchange, Great Pumpkin that I put out as a display in that. So I do a lot of Charlie Brown for Halloween. Um, Christmas is just the opposite. I only do Disney for Christmas, but to me, Charlie Brown is he's just Halloween. I don't know. Barb says I still wear a bone in my hair. Justin's was another favorite. Maureen says, I still have a grandson with me. He's getting close to 30. Actually, now takes care of me. How awesome is that, Maureen? That's a great grandson. You can't ask for better than that. Yes, Katrina, kids grow up too fast. His feet are bigger than mine already. It is amazing how fast kids grow. It's hard for me to stop and think that I have kids in their 30s that both of them now have two children apiece. It's like, are you kidding me? Mm-mm. Hey, Deb, the pug mama quilter. Thanks for being here this afternoon. I appreciate you dropping in. Carol says, I just made my granddaughter a panda wall hanging or maybe a cushion. She hasn't decided yet. I wonder if the stars and the gussets glow in the dark. I don't think any of this fabric glows in the dark. Interesting enough, the first quilt that I did, we discovered by accident that half the fabric I used on it did glow in the dark. So the grandkids were all over that. They absolutely loved that when they got those quilts. But I don't know that any of this does. Nothing in any of the instructions said that it did. So I am betting not. But interesting enough, I have glow in the dark thread um, because there was something else I was doing, and I bought glow in the dark thread to use it on. So that could be cool. Seeing as I'm getting spoiled by my Juki, I just love going fast. Not that I drive my car fast. I do enjoy getting there. I heard someone talking on one of their channels yesterday about someone that has a lead foot. Not going to call out names. If you weren't on the channel, then you don't know. That'll be our secret. Mm-mm-mm. But this, I have to say, this bag is going together pretty quick, so I'll be anxious to see how this finishes out. And I may make a couple of more. I definitely will. If I end up sending it to the grandkids, I definitely have to make at least one more, and I'll have to go in my stash and see what I have for fabrics because it doesn't take that much. So I'm not going to, definitely not going to buy. I will say I do not use, I do not make straps. I just don't like making the strap. So I bought a bunch of the cord um, about a year ago. I've got the black, the red. I think I even have orange. I bought all kinds of straps so I could just sew those in. Just like the way that it looks better. I know some of you probably prefer that it has the fabric straps that match the bag itself. Just not me. I've made them. I've used Jenny's um, pattern to try to make the straps. I've used I see Stars Quilting. I've used her directions to try to make them in that. And the sewing room, I've used hers directions on. I just never liked the way they turned out or the way they looked, and decided that I really liked the way the strap material looked better. So that ended up being the way that I do. All right, so look at that. I got both sides done. So although it doesn't feel like I got a lot done tonight, at least I did get two pieces done. So I think that is going to turn out to be a really cute tote, right? So look at that. That is going to be cute. I would have been happy if my grandmother, grandfather would have sent me that back in the day, but my grandparents didn't quilt. So it is what it is. All right, so that takes care of that because now I've got to go back and put fleecing on and a bunch of other stuff, which I thought was kind of strange that they have you put that on afterwards. But like I said, I am a rule follower, so I will follow the pattern in those directions first time around. Barb says, I have kids in their 40s, don't bother doing the math. Now, I understand, believe me. I started very young, just to be clear. Mm, Sally said I never had kids, but she has nieces that'll be 50 and 53 this fall. Yikes. Right? It's amazing how quick we all age in that. And I still laugh going on vacation with my daughter, and these kids now that are in kindergarten and first grade come up and call her mom. And it's like, okay, I mean, my granddaughter's 6 going on 7, and it's like it shouldn't feel weird to me, but it still feels weird to me for some reason. Stephanie says those fabrics are so happy, right? It's the happy, joyful part of Halloween. Yeah, Katrina says the cotton twill strapping makes handles so easy for. I just agree, and I just think they look just as good. And I don't know, I just like the way they look on the tote better myself. I do think it's going to be an awesome bag. Charlie Brown himself is fine, but I don't care for Halloween. I understand, Maureen. I've got a lot of friends that they're just amazed that I like Halloween, but I just like the fun part of it. I'm not into the spooky, scary stuff in that. Maureen says, Amy and my daughter said, right? It's just amazing how we get there. It's funny. One of the ladies that I quilt with, she is just such a sweetheart. And I think so much of her. and she's always so helpful in that. One day we were talking about something, and I said, "Well, you're like my big sister." She said, "Honey, I'm 83 years old. I'm more like your mother." And it's like, wow, I guess she would at 83 be old enough to be my mother. But it's just funny because I don't see age that way now, especially living in a retirement community. It's just kind of funny. I see folks so differently than I used to. So that gets that project started for me tonight. I had thought maybe I would try to get this one going. Of course, it's another um, Villa Rosa pattern. I actually bought this at Christmas in July. BBMK was there and saw me being bad. She actually, I think, did go back and see the completed quilt, but this one is called Bear Hugs. And I'm not crazy about the look of this quilt necessarily, but they had it completed and they had the kit with the fabrics, and it is a wine pattern. And so this it has you make this pattern with the fish, and I mean, I was like, "Oh my god," when I saw these stupid cats, and again, I'm not a cat person, I'm a dog person, but it seems like I get a lot of cat fabric lately, and when I saw these cats, I was like, I just can't not have this." Make poor, P-O-U-R decisions, whine a little, meow a lot, Tipsy Kitty. I mean, these cats are just hilarious, and then the companion fabrics that go with it, the cork in that. And then it's got the solids, but I like it's more what I call that kind of like army green. And then it's got this one to go with it, another companion. And then it's got the orange to go with it. And then it's got maroon to go with it. And then it has the wine glasses and that on a black background. I just fell in love with the stupid quilt itself. So I ended up buying the kit just because I wanted this fabric and I didn't want to have to think it through too hard. So I went back and got this so I could make this particular pattern. So I've got that sitting on the shelf. That's something that is going to jump out and jump in the basket very soon because I've got that one going. I've got one, two, I still got four more cut out here. And I think I've got another six or eight that I'm taking to Shady Pines this weekend. Mm. Sally says age is just a number. I agree. I just wish my number was a little smaller at times, but it is what it is. It's funny. I just had all my doctor checkups and all my doctor visits, and the doctors all told me that I am doing great, that I don't have any concerns. And actually, I've lost a little weight and I've done well enough that I was able to come off my diabetes medicine, which is always a great thing. My blood pressure is good, but sadly, I had to go see my cardiologist, and we're talking about things. He goes, "Oh," he said, "So I'll see you back in a year," and then he goes, "Oh, no, never mind. At your age, I have to see you every 6 months," and I'm like, "Dude, you couldn't have just said I need to see you back in 6 months." Instead, you had to put that caveat on it. I already get that I'm older. Okay, so I don't need you to sit there and tell. Man, just it's just crazy. I did want to point it out to him, but he's kind of cute, and he's my doctor, so I do tend to be a little less blunt with my doctors, especially if um, they have scalpels and things like that, and I could end up really depending on them one day. But it's just crazy. So I do agree. I really like those fabrics. That fabric just jumped out at me. It just really called my name. It was just crazy. Katrina says Gracie needs to get busy. She's getting further and further behind. Amen. The goal is the weekend after Labor Day to get Gracie busy. So that is the plan. So not next weekend, but the weekend after. I hopefully by the time we get to the live, I may be able to tell you that hey, I got a um, quilt top done. So, all right, sorry. Alexa's going off all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. So we'll see what's happening. But folks, I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're right at that top of the hour. Next weekend, we have a lot of things going on. So we have the Sew Along on Monday. You have Russ and I together on his channel for the 11 C's at 11 Eastern Time on Saturday, 3 p.m. for me next weekend on Sunday, and then again on Monday. And don't forget about Stephanie and all the other great channels out there, right? So support us, give us some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being here tonight. And as always, until next time, happy crafting.